Our next guest has made it a mission to combat bullying in our communities, helping build confidence for both students and adults. It's called the Camel Project. Pam Gockley is the founder and CEO. She is also the author of the book, Not All Camels Are in the Desert. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start by talking about why you wrote your story in Not All Camels Are in the Desert.
I wrote the Not All Camels Are in the Desert because children are really struggling with bullying in schools and other issues, and I just thought it really important to let children know that they're not alone, because that was the biggest feedback that I got from children who have been bullied, is that they felt like they were alone. And it's now become my mission to make sure children are not alone, and this happens a lot.
And that's so important right now, and we hear the term bully all the time. What's the definition of it?
Well, the definition of bullying is an implied imbalance of power. So whether or not the child was just simply larger than another child, and it also has to be on a repetition. It has to be happening on a regular basis, and that's considered bullying.
And who are the most common victims?
Usually the ones that are smaller, the shy kids, but in middle school is when the bullying really ramps up. 70% of children in middle school have seen bullying in the last month.
Wow,
it's a lot of kids.
It's a pretty alarming number there.
It is alarming.
Let's talk about the Camel Project. So why the name, I have to ask, and tell us about it.
Yeah, the Camel Project, I started because Camel was my nickname as a child. It was not a term of endearment. So as my mother always helped us understand, that if something isn't going well, you turn it into a positive. So the Camel nickname was not a positive, but I'm turning it into a positive to help children understand that they're not alone.
Okay, and part of this is the I Care program?
Yeah, Stop Bullying I Care is the program. We look at children and we help them become more self-aware. We also help them build confidence, and then the most important part, I think, is that we help them build a very healthy, supportive network. So they have these insulation, this bubble, this protection bubble around, so that if bullies are really targeting children who are alone, if you have a huge network, they're not going to be a target of bullying anymore.
Wow, and that's so important when we're talking about, specifically you mentioned like junior high kids, maybe, that age.
And at that age, the kids are aware of bullying, but they don't really step in to stop it. Okay. Estimates show that if bullying is stopped, it stops immediately 99% of the time.
Wow. So if someone steps in, that might be enough to stop it?
Absolutely. And if we're building confidence and self-awareness, I'm hoping more children will step in to correct it within the school itself.
Wow. Okay. And tell us about the code, STOP.
Right. And we decided that there had to be a code. So S is for seeing it and understanding it. T is to think before you speak. That's a big one. Just think before you speak. The O is observe what is happening. And then the P is to protect yourself and others who cannot.
So that's a quick, easy way to remember it there.
Yes.
Let's review that again. Stop. Self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Okay.
Think before you speak, which is big for adults as well.
Sure.
O is observe what is happening, and then the P is protect yourself and others who cannot.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing that. And how can people in the community help?
Well, we're looking to get into schools, and we're looking to get this program. So if you want to actually host a town hall and invite some parents and some children in, we'll come in and we'll talk about the program. So the program is really the nuts and bolts of how to combat it. I think thoughts and prayers are no longer enough. We need action, and this program can help a community take control of it.
It's so important right now. Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.